So it's our last day in Bangkok. We're sad to be leaving, but it's been an incredible 6 months in Bangkok actually. And in this video, we're going to share a couple of reflections and lessons about what the last 6 months has been like.
Yeah.
So we're in Bench Park, one of the two big parks in the middle of Bangkok. And yeah, we want to tell you a little bit about our experiences of living in Bangkok for the past 6 months. It's been a great experience, lots to share. So what do you think has been the biggest?
I think the biggest surprise for me has been how similar Bangkok actually is to being at home. Like living in the UK and coming from the UK, actually I thought I'd be giving up a lot of things when I got to Bangkok, but actually city life's exactly the same. There's run clubs, there's little meetups, there's ways to make friends or work on stuff, and actually everything could be the same and you can have the same routine that you have at home also while you're here.
You've got everything. Like, this is a mega city and it's very developed and very modern and very affordable actually. There's no way we could have had the life we've had here if we were living in New York or London.
Or even Manchester, to be fair.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's the same with like food, for example. All the food here is absolutely amazing. It's like a foodie's dream. But even the more expensive restaurants, you actually will pay less than you would on average in the UK. And so we've been eating really well here.
Yeah, it's got a lot going for it for all those reasons. I agree. For me, I would say that Bangkok, like those other big cities, it attracts a certain kind of person as well. In some of the smaller nomad destinations in Southeast Asia, you obviously get a lot of the backpackers, the people just trying to save money, just going on a big experience. But I think Bangkok is where you find the entrepreneurs as well, and the people that are sort of building their own businesses, and really trying to find like-minded people as well, so that you can network, make new friends. And honestly, our friend group has just exploded over the last 6 months here, and Bangkok's a great place for that to happen. But then my big second is just the cyberpunk energy. The city has got a lot of energy. It makes you feel alive, like being in any big city does, like being in New York does. You just constantly feel like you want to work harder, you want to achieve more things, and it's quite inspirational in that way.
Yeah, there's definitely a really good crowd here, and also I think that has helped me in terms of like building new businesses and coming up with new ideas. It's just that energy is pretty much constant, so you can really tap into that when you need it and you want to sort of like drive your life forward. You can actually use Bangkok's energy to your advantage if you're trying to build something and you want that extra motivation. Every single person that we speak to always says how much more motivated they are when they're in Bangkok.
It's true that actually people that were literally like just sort of taking it casually have arrived in Bangkok and now they're like go go go, and I'm meeting so many inspiring people. And then on that point as well, there's of course not a surprise really, but there are so many co-working spaces, so many cool co-working meetups here as well, coffee shops, wherever it is that you want to work. And also another nice bonus for me has been just internet speed. Internet speed here is really good. Like, it feels like we're in the middle of a big connected hub, whereas in some other parts of Southeast Asia that can sometimes be a bit of a challenge, but not in Bangkok. It's been very good for us here in Bangkok.
Yeah, very impressive.
There's a million more things we could say about life in Bangkok, so what we're going to do instead is a bit of a Q&A. But yeah, we're going to carry on.
Keep walking?
Yeah, we're going to carry on walking around Bench Park. So speaking of living in Bangkok, let's talk about the living situation. First thing I want to mention is that the condos here are really cool. There's some very affordable condos here where you don't just get the apartment, but you also probably get a pool and a gym and a steam room and sauna and that kind of stuff all in the same building. And living like that is very convenient.
Yeah, it's very affordable to live that way, but also it makes you an entirely different person. You're able to stick to your routine so much better and live such a much better life for comparatively a much lower cost. Yeah, 100%. And also I think that's always awesome for if you're actually spending time in the condo, which you have to do a lot because, you know, sometimes it gets hot or sometimes it gets a little bit polluted, but also you go out quite a lot. And I think that we've really enjoyed what the weather has been like for the last couple of months, maybe like November to now. It's been absolutely perfect weather in comparison to where we were before, and even the rainy season here. It was so hot, whereas like it's really mellowed out at this point, and we've just really been enjoying the weather for the last couple of months, right? Our favourite time to be in Bangkok is definitely the months that we planned it, right? So like from September-ish to February, now you're starting to feel it a little bit getting hotter, and also the pollution's really ramping up at this point. So even though we're really, really going to miss Bangkok, it does feel like the right time to leave.
100%, yeah. And then let me throw one more thing in, which is actually your point, I think, because you go on about this all the time. Bangkok has 2 metro systems, the BTS and the MRT, the underground and the overground, and they're both very accessible, affordable, and getting from one place of the city to the other place is significantly easier than, let's say, it would be in London. So you really feel like the whole city is right there and accessible because of the BTS mainly. Right, okay, well, I think we've covered a lot there. Let's go find another spot and tackle some of these questions.
Yeah, let's go.
So, we asked for some questions, and first question. If you love Bangkok so much, why are you leaving? Great question.
That is a great question. I think the question really comes down to 2 things, or the answer comes down to 2 things, which is, 1, it's the cost. We can't necessarily afford to keep living at the rate that we are because we're bootstrapping our own businesses. So we're really trying to optimize for a cheaper cost of living at the moment. So that's why we're moving back to Vietnam.
Yeah, and the second reason that sort of coincides with that really well is just the weather, the climate. We've been in Bangkok for 6 months, and those were literally the best 6 months to be here. It was just as the rainy season was sort of coming to an end, and then just as we got into the nice, cool temperature and all that stuff, and it's getting a bit warmer now.
Everyone's sort of moving on from here now with the time of year it is, so it seems like the right time to move on.
Yeah, so that's our answer. We do love Bangkok.
We will miss it though.
And we will definitely be back, by the way. We're not actually leaving permanently. That's what this lifestyle is though, isn't it? You don't actually live anywhere for the whole time. You live in a place for however long it makes sense and for whatever benefits that you need from it at the time, and then you move to the next place, and you know there is a bit of a cycle
go with the
there.
Seasons. It's like a flock of birds, all of us.
I mean, that's why they call it the Nomad. I hate that word.
Okay, so second question, do we have digital nomad visas?
Easy one, yes. There you go, done.
Tee.
Let's add a bit more information for anyone that is curious. About 6 months ago, just before we got here, Thailand launched a new visa called the digital. What's it called? The destination.
Maybe it's Destination Thailand visa.
Yeah, it's called the DTV. That's what people call it, and it's a very cool nomad visa. It's probably the best one in Southeast Asia right now. If you're considering coming to this part of the world and you want to make somewhere your base, then that visa combined with all the other benefits that we've talked about so far about Bangkok, in my opinion, is a reason why you should apply for it as well. It's not expensive. The criteria is pretty reasonable.
Yeah, it's really worth it.
Yeah, just do it on their official website.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, next question. How do you deal with the change of pace between
Da Nang and Bangkok?
Da Nang and Bangkok. Slow-paced life in Da Nang and fast-paced life in Bangkok. How do you deal with that change?
Well, I mean, coming from such a slow and small city sort of vibe from Da Nang, Bangkok was a massive change, but also such an energizing one. And I think being here has really helped me sort of like harness that energy. And like I say, we're both bootstrapping businesses, so being able to tap into that and really go for it has been such a good experience. But I think the change of pace backwards to Da Nang, I feel like that will be definitely a bit of a big shift to go back from all of this like high energy sort of like pace to the slow living life again. I think that'll be a big challenge.
I think hopefully that fast-paced kind of also feels like it's there in Da Nang as well. But we also need to concentrate on a lot of stuff, so it'll be nice. It'll be nice to have that.
Yeah, and I'd add also that, you know, we've definitely not relaxed by any means while we've been in Bangkok, and I think maybe being forced into a little bit more of a relaxed state will probably be quite good for us. Right,
last question. Favourite neighbourhoods in Bangkok? Good question.
Can I go first?
Go.
Right, okay, so I'll do quick fire top 3. Ratchathouey, only one stop from Siam, and I think it's a really underrated area, amazing cafes and that sort of thing. Siam, Siam Square, which is Siam is the centre of Bangkok in terms of the trains, but amazing high street, really lots of fun things to do, really cool coffee shops and that sort of thing.
And my barber's there.
That's how we spend most time there. And what's the last one? Prompong, mostly because of M-Sphere. It's my favourite mall. It's got the best food and it's also got an IKEA, which is great to work from, and Tribe, which is like a rooftop bar, sort of like pool, like beach club, but with a pool.
It's a beach club that looks out over the city. It's actually pretty incredible. If you come to Bangkok, you should definitely go there.
Yeah, those are my top 3. What about you?
Okay, so mine, I'm going to say On Nut. That's where we're currently living. I like On Nut though because it's where the best gym in Bangkok, Muscle Factory, is. For my second answer, I'm going to say Thong Lo. That's because it's got the best co-working space. We spend a lot of time at Paper Plane Project. It's a free co-working space that you can go in and it has such a good vibe. It's full every day. And for my final answer, I'm going to say Lumpini. Lumpini is where there's a huge, big green park with the famous monitor lizards, but the whole area is very upmarket. I can imagine condos around there very expensive, but it's kind of like the Chelsea from New York City of Bangkok. It's very, very picturesque and nice. So I really like Lumpini, so I'd say there. But every single one of those 6 are all incredible areas to be in, and they're all different to each other. So yeah, go to all of them.
Yeah.
So hopefully that was a little bit of a helpful insight into what we have been doing for the past 6 months, why we like Bangkok so much, and even a few little specific answers to questions. If you've got any more questions, leave them in the comments and we can answer them there.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, we'll see you in the next video, but it won't be in Bangkok. We're going back to Vietnam.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm doing a solo trip. I'm going to Vietnam by land via Cambodia, and I may vlog it, I'm not sure yet. So look out for that, because I might be vlogging it.
Yeah. If you do, have a great time. You two together.
Thanks.
So
We will, right?
I'll be in Da Nang.
We'll see you when we get
Relaxing, yeah.
We'll see you when we get to Da Nang.
Yeah. I'll see you then.
All right. Bye.
Bye.